and or welcome back. We are a little bit zoomed in because today I'm going to do a summer makeup tutorial, like very natural, something if you want to just wear like day to day, if you're running errands or if you're going somewhere and you don't want to do like a lot of makeup, you just want to like natural look, or if you're just getting into makeup and you just want something easy to do, this will be the look for you. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I am presenting this video to you. We're just gonna get right into it. My skin is already prepped and ready to go. I just have like my regular like skincare on. I do also have an SPF on my face, which I will link which one that I use down below because I can't pronounce the name. And the star of this show today is going to be the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, which you don't have to use this specific product. Realistically, if you don't want to, you don't really have to use any of these products. You can use what you have. A tinted moisturizer is obviously going to just be a little bit more ideal because it's going to be lighter coverage. But if you have anything that's like light coverage, or if you even want to mix your foundation in with your moisturizer or your sunscreen or whatever it is to dilute it a little bit to make it a lighter coverage, you can absolutely do that. So I will not lie, I have pretty good skin. It's pretty clear. I don't really have like a lot of like redness or problem areas, I guess you could say. So if you do have those areas, I would recommend, if you want to keep everything else kind of lighter, but you want to, like if you have like acne or something, just like spot conceal those first, and then kind of like go in with your tinted moisturizer. So I don't have like a good mirror, so I'm gonna be holding this thing up, so ignore. But I'm not really going for longevity today, which maybe I should because it's gonna be hot and I'm gonna be out all day. But normally if I am, I will also use a primer, which I like the Mineral Veil Hourglass Primer. You know what, just for the hell of it, because you know, this is what I do for longevity, we're gonna use this. I really like this primer. I feel like it is one of the only primers that actually does something, especially if you get a little like oily, but I feel like it's actually pretty good for all skin types. So we're just gonna rub that in our face. So then I am going to start off with my e.l.f. foundation brush. This one is the Airbrush Blender. I love this brush. I think it is super underrated. I feel like I don't even really need to use a beauty blender when I use that brush, when I use like a regular foundation, but I like to, or like a sponge I should say. So I just go in with the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer and I put some on my cheeks and some on my forehead, and then I'll just like wipe that additional there. My cheeks tend to have a little bit more redness or color to them. My forehead has like the least amount of redness, I guess you could say. So I go in there with like a little bit, but and I just like pat, push it in. See, it's like, it's super light coverage. But this part of my face, like this cheek, gets a little bit more red right here. So I'm just gonna put like another 2 dots just because I do like those areas a little bit more covered up, but it's not gonna, again, it's not gonna do like a crazy amount of coverage. It's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna even us out. So near my nose too. So you can see it really just kind of minimal coverage, just evened my face out a little bit. I don't even care, like I do have some like spots poking through, and then, you know, over here too, like I have like a freckle or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is to be minimal and the less shit on my face. And then I'm gonna go in with the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I love this concealer. I haven't really liked a concealer like this in a very long time. For reference, my other favorite is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I do really like that one. But this one, if you can find it in store or like buy it, like get it, it's really good. So I just put that on the back of my hand and I go in with this brush. This is the Delium Tools 775 brush, but I use other fluffier brushes. This is just what I have right now. So when I take this, Obviously you can see in the inner corners is kind of like where I have the most tiredness and discoloration because I have not been sleeping very good. And then I just kind of go in with the brush, and then I go in with my finger and I blend that out. And then I kind of take it closer to the lash line in a way, because again, that's where I have some discoloration under my eye. I also have eye cream on as well, like an eye gel. You want to make sure when you're doing your makeup, especially, like you're hydrated. Even if you have like oily skin, you want to just make sure your skin is hydrated, especially your under eyes, because that's how you get like a little like crusty under there, is like if they aren't very hydrated, like if you don't have any eye cream. And also you just want to drink water, stay hydrated. So you can see, can you see the difference? And again, I just did a very little bit because I just want it to be like skin-like, you know, I want it to be skin with a damp sponge. And I'm gonna also blend that out as well. I feel like blending out your concealer with a damp sponge is such a, I don't know, like I don't want to say like a game changer, but kind of like, I just think the moisture goes back into it. So I'm going to just like let that be. I'm not even gonna set that with a powder. I will say I have creasy under eyes. It's just like, it is what it is. And this will crease a little bit, but like if you let it dry down a little bit more and then you go back in with your sponge and you kind of like blend it out a little bit, it's usually fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Liquid Bronzer. I will say this is definitely not my favorite product or like liquid bronzer. I'm not a big cream bronzer. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure it's still recording. I'm not a big like cream bronzer person. I prefer liquids, and my favorite one was the NARS Laguna liquid bronzer, but it has been discontinued or just at least sold out on their website forever. I don't even think it made it to Sephora stores. So anyways, I'm going to just put a little bit here, and then I'm going to take my e.l.f. blender sponge, and we are just going to blend that into our face. I'm not like really necessarily like, I guess like contouring. I'm just really warming up the face a little bit with the liquid bronzer. And if you want to skip this step, you can skip this step. I just feel that it gives a little bit more of a natural look when you use like a liquid product on top of it. Or even if you're more comfortable with creams, or if you like creams, you can obviously use a cream product. I just feel liquids aren't as heavy, so that's why I like to layer them. And you can kind of see the difference, like a little bronze, a little sad. We're gonna go in with a little bit of a liquid blush. And this is the Rare Beauty one, and this is in the color Hope. I'm literally putting that on the back of my hand first because if you haven't used these are pigmented. These are very opaque. So I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna tap with my finger first. And it's okay if it gets like everywhere, you know, like it is what it is. And then we're gonna take the e.l.f. sponge. And I'm just gonna go blend that in. You can do as little or as much as you want. So, this next part is optional. I like doing this part because I do tend to get a little bit more oily, and I just feel like going in with a little bit of like a powder, bronzer, and blush kind of like helps with that. So I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Cosmetics, this is her Baked Bronzer Blush Duo, and this is in Warm Flush and Golden Goddess. I feel that the Baked formula is nice for like these more natural looks because they are something that you have to build up. This brush is filthy, so don't even bother looking at it. And then I'm just gonna go in and I'm just going to like pretty much like tap it into my skin. And again, I'm not trying to like get the most snatched look. I'm literally just going on top of those products just to kind of help, I guess, like set it. But this part again is like totally optional. I just like the way that it like looks, like the layering. And then I'm gonna go in, with this like nice little angled brush, and I'll go in with the blush And then just go on top of that. Again, optional. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I put too much on, just take your brush without any product that you used for the tinted moisturizer, or like even your foundation for that matter, and just go in and you can just kind of like push that in a little bit. Or if you just like this step, you can just go in and like push it in a little bit, and then it's like, okay, like it's a little bit more melted into the skin. Okay, so this is my favorite part. So we're gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and yes, it is worth the money. I'm gonna take a little bit, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. It's just personal preference of how you would like to do this. I don't wanna put it directly on my face because I feel like it's easier for me to blend putting it on the back of my hand and then going into my face. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of that, and then I'm gonna go on my cheeks. I'm gonna put that on like the high points of my cheeks right here to give us like, you know, a glow, a little bit on my nose because I'm into that, a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna take my blender again. I'm just gonna blend that in, and it just, you know, gives that nice little glow. Okay, so now that we have all those products on our face, you can leave it like this if you want for your base. If you like a really glowy look, if you're a little bit more dry and you don't want to powder it down. But for me, there are certain areas where I will definitely get very shiny throughout the day. So we're gonna go in, if I can open this, and I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Airbrush Flawless Powder. You can take, again, any powder. It doesn't need to be this powder. It doesn't need to be even like a pressed powder. My personal preference is pressed powder. And then I like to take this Delium Tools 788 brush. You could see it's like on an angle. Well, maybe not because my face is in the way. Can you see it? Okay, like, so it's like angled like that. And I take this and I just dip it in, tap off the excess, and then I just go in right here where I tend to get a little shiny. Because even though I want to be glowy, I don't want to be greasy. Okay, and then I'll take it on my chin is where I get oily. And then especially like on the center of my forehead. Then everywhere else I'll just be glowy. I'm just gonna take my setting spray, which I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter, and just, I'm almost out, as you can tell. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do my brows and my mascara, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I did my eyebrows, did my mascara, and then the last thing I do is I just use a lip oil as my like lip color, which I'm not like a huge lip person, so lip oils have been like my favorite thing. This is the Dior Lip Glow, and this is in the shade Cherry? No, Rosewood. So this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics is in the color Rose Drip, and this one's more like pink, opposed to the Dior one, which is more like of a red oil, but I'm surprised of how much I actually really like that color. So let's try the Jaclyn one out. Let's see which one I like. That's nice too. It doesn't really give you like a color, but that's like kind of like, you know, the point almost. But I think I really like the hue of this one. Anyways, so that's it for this look. It was very simple, very quick. So if it's something that like you want to wear like to work, or if you're just like, I want something on my face, but I don't want to wear like a lot of makeup because like it's summertime, or you know, you're just like over a lot of makeup, like I feel like this is a good option for you. Enjoy this little tutorial. If there's anything else that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you would like, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.